Now the pitch. There's a drive deep into left field. Back goes Orsulak. Onto the warning track. He turns. He looks up. This one is gone. A home run. Just to the left of the 360-foot sign and up into the seats. And Edgar Martinez has his first major league home run. Martinez had come to bat 127 times without one until just now. And so Martinez, one of the top players out of the Mariners farm system, for whom they had big hopes, for the first time this year starts to deliver on them. So it is 3-1. Looked like Ballard tried to come inside on him and didn't get it far enough in.
Right now, the Mariners looking for the tie. They would love a base hit into the gap, and they could win it with Junior Speed the stretch. And the 0-1 pitch on the way to Edgar Martinez. Swung on and lined down the left field line for a base hit. Here comes Joy. Here is Junior to third base. They're going to wave him in. The throw to the plate will be late. The Mariners are going to play for the American League Championship. I don't believe it. It just continues. My, oh my.
Ribbit. Frogs. And a shot. Alex will hold. Now they're going to get a shot at second base if he comes up firing over there. That's his 34th double. High changeup up, belt high inner half, and he is all over it.
My, oh my! I don't believe it! Edgar Martinez has hit his third Grand Slam home run this year! Get out the rye bread and the mustard this time, Grandma! It is a grand salami!
2-2 delivery, and it's hit down the left field line. Fair ball into the corner. Martinez has been aboard all 4 times in the game. A double, 2 walks, and a home run.
And he's a slinger, and there's a line drive to right field, and Specio's going to have to play that on a hop, and the Mariners have 21. So Edgar Martinez picks up another RBI.
Blackjack.
Now 145, yeah. 21. Just turn your cards over. Lifetime .392 hitter in the division series steps up to the plate. Waving that wood back and forth, and now the southpaw ready. The pitch to Edgar, swung on, and a high fly ball hit the deep center field. Lofton goes back, it will fly away. Edgar Martinez on the first pitch goes dead center field. So back-to-back 2-run jacks, one by Mike Cameron and one by Edgar Martinez, and the Mariners have 4, still with nobody out here in the first inning. Edgar jumped on the first pitch. No doubt about it.
Love Fest this afternoon. The crowd getting the Mariners pumped up, and the Mariners getting the crowd pumped up one more time. I don't care who you are. A lot of times you got butterflies. Even if you've been around like Chuck Finley, you can leave pitches up in the strike zone, and the Mariners have jumped on them.
So it is 4-0 Mariners.
Here's the wind and the pitch from Gary Glover to Martinez. Swing and a line drive. Base hit past the diving Jose Valentin. Base hit to left field. .2,000 career hits for Edgar Martinez. And hit number 2,000 is against Gary Glover.
Now the slender right-hander is ready. The 3-2 pitch to Edgar Martinez on the way. Swung on, fly ball hit deep to right field. Jack Jones to the track. The wall there is number 300 for Edgar Martinez. A towering high shot off the seats, the fold-away seats over the baggy here in Minnesota on this 12th of May, and the Mariners crawl to within 1. It's 4-3 in favor of the Minnesota Twins. So Edgar Martinez does get his 300th home run, and that will be it for Brad Radke. So congratulations to Edgar Martinez. He joins Ken Griffey Jr. and Jay Buhner as members of the Mariner 300 Club.
Fans a chance to say goodbye to Edgar Martinez tonight. Fan appreciation night. Great crowd tonight. Painted on the turf. Edgar came up to the major leagues in 1987. Final year in the big leagues 2004. 45,573 tonight. Fly ball center field shallow. Drops in. Base hit for Edgar. His second base hit tonight. 1 on, 2 away for the Mariners here in the 8th.
As I said for Ichiro, get that pinch runner out there. We'd like to get a pinch runner for Edgar and let him get his standing ovation when he walks off the field.
And here comes a pinch runner for Edgar Martinez. Holbert Cabrera out to pinch run for Edgar and a standing ovation for Poppy.
He's been able to hit from day one, and then you would always look at the numbers, and Edgar would be hitting 390 down at AAA.
Edgar, as a young hitter, was extremely disciplined, even at that time, as a young hitter. You could tell that he had a great approach.
As a pitcher, I would go out and watch the opposing team take batting practice, and I was always amazed the way that Edgar went about his business taking batting practice. His first round, he'd hit the ball the other way. Second round, maybe up the middle. And then maybe the third round, he'd try to pull the ball a little bit.
Watching the opposing players watch his routine. Whenever they came in town, they would watch how he did his preparation before the game. And then after he got through hitting, they'd all go in.
You admire guys, how they go about their business. And why are they so good? Well, I got that firsthand when I came in 04 over here. The guy worked. Spring training, from spring training on, he worked at his craft, and you see it personally, and it was amazing.
He practiced and practiced and practiced. You know, he get that tee out there, and it's 2:30 in the afternoon, and you can see Edgar, you know, swinging the bat and trying to perfect his swing.
The ultimate professional. I mean, I at that point in my career, well, not only as a coach but as a player too, I've never seen a guy that regimented in what his preparation was prior to the game.
You know, you didn't have to manage him. I never felt like I had to manage him at all. You just really all you needed, you know, I said the same thing about Ichiro, is just tell him what time the game is.
I used to say that I thought his bat stayed in the zone longer than anyone I ever saw. I mean, it just seemed like he was so perfect in his timing and his swing.
He was such an incredible hitter. The way he drove the ball the other way, that's really what made him so difficult to get out, is the way he was able to pull the ball, the way he drove it the other way, and the way he drove it the other way for power.
He had everything, you know. He had good discipline at the plate. He was able to hit the ball right field, center field, left field. You know, for the most part, he was a very good hitter going the opposite field, you know, and that's very rare, you know, in a guy like him. You know, there's no doubt that he was one of the best right-hander hitter in the game.
I think he's the best right-hand hitter I ever saw. A beautiful stroke, just had a great idea how to hit.
As a right-handed hitter, he's been one of the greatest right-handed hitters I've ever saw. Just the way he consistently barreled the baseball.
There's no question about it. Edgar Martinez is one of the best right-handed hitters in the history of our game. He imposed a lot of fear to opposing pitchers, teams, and managers.
When I faced him here in Seattle, when I was with Minnesota, you know, I closed games out, and that's the last guy I wanted to see coming in the ninth inning, you know, on deck.
It wasn't fun. You always knew, no matter what type of lineup the Mariners had, I never wanted to face him in a big situation.
And I tell him this all the time. I go, Edgar, man, I can't even begin to tell you how many times, because of you, I would sit in the hotel room and stare at the ceiling because he raked me, you know, all over the field. He was such a good offensive hitter.
Like the old E.F. Hutton line, when he has something to say, people listen. And when you'd go to the cage, and I would tell younger players, listen, you want to learn how to hit. You want to learn, you know, the fundamentals of hitting and you know, how to hit at the big league level. Go in the cage when Edgar's hitting. It was almost like, you know, spending a summer with Michelangelo if you were an artist. He was that good.
I'm not only starting in the big league with Edgar, but also playing AAA when I got sent down there for a little bit. I remember Edgar was like my father figure.
And even, you know, even to this day, when you think of the Mariners, he's going to be at the, you know, near the top of the list that you think of. And that, to do that for an entire career, to have a connection with the city and a fan base and a uniform, multiple uniforms as we change throughout the years. It really says something about a tenure.
You know, the numbers speak for themselves, but, you know, really it was the person that was committed to Seattle, to the team, you know, never wanted to go anywhere else, was an institution here, very loyal, and you don't find guys like that.
You could tell as his career unfolded, you know, what he meant to this area. It's not unlike, you know, those players who play for one team their entire career. You know, the George Bretts, the Robin Younts, the Don Mattinglys.
All the Mariners who played for that '95 team had and have a special relationship with Seattle. If you're a Mariners fan of a certain age, you're always going to remember that group. And he was a huge part of that group, played a huge role in what they did. And I know that he's always going to have that special place in Seattle.
How's my back foot, Coach?
You're all right, Edgar, you're all right.
What about my follow-through?
Oh, my, Edgar, your follow-through is just right. Just like we talked about, looking good, Edgar.
Coach, I'm getting kind of tired.
Royal flush.
Let me see that.
That's good, Edgar, you're done for today.
The 1996 Seattle Mariners. You gotta love these guys.
We're pretty good coaches, aren't we, Lee?
We've got guys from all over the world in our club. Veterans like Edgar Martinez really help them out.
I'd like a double tall latte, please.
I like a double tall latte, please.
How about them cooks?
How about them cooks?
Gooey duck.
Gooey duck.
I took my gooey duck to Puyallup.
I took my gooey duck to Puyallup.
Good.
The Seattle Mariners. You gotta love these guys.
Yeah, sure, you betcha.
Uh-oh, that's a problem.
Mariners baseball, Sodo Mojo.
Hey, Gar, what's up?
I had this idea for when we take late night batting practice. Let me show you. Okay, let's see how this works.
I'm ready.
Cool, huh?
Really cool. I like it.
Mariners baseball.
Hey now.
Get all of it.
That's a problem.